Difficult match to predict, this one. Of course, John Higgins must be brimful of confidence after his success in the Worlding match, and a very close one.
And as we know, sometimes first-time world champions have struggled to handle the mag titles, beating world #1 Judd Trump in 2 of the finals, including a drubbing straight afterwards in that cracking final with Barry Hawkins, who'll be in action in the evening session on this 3rd day. Again.
Yes, it's something like 4 years since John Higgins had
both of these players had tough first-round matches. Kyren Wilson got... That's left Carter in the 16th and final qualifying spot as things stand for the upcoming Players' Championship. Meanwhile, the world champion picks out a plant.
One.
of safety. And there again, with the brown being off its spot, taking the cue ball around the...
Seven.
Been a real aggression about his snooker style this season. Mentioned that
13.
he's just quickened up a little. He was never a... All signs of a man full of confidence. That blue wobbled a little, but it's gone in.
$19.
Time now with his coach Barry Stark. Trying to create that piston-like for both of these reds that have been occupying the black spot area. So
26.
Kyren now will be quite happy if he has the opportunity. Unfortunately.
$33.
In the past, back in 2020, the February edition, lost to Neil Robertson, hoping for a...
$39.
He's gone about the right corner.
46.
And this is what I've been saying about Kyren Wilson. He the first red, but now look at the position of them.
$54.
You can see that piston-like cue action of Kyren's there. Chin firmly resting against the cue.
61.
Next red have been potted.
Intimidating for him, not least after that loss that he sustained the year before. He won at the Cruise on just 2 frames in a best of 25, but the victory
75
to exact some revenge on his way to the moment that he began to believe that he had what it took to go all the way.
$83.
And this has been immaculate stuff.
91.
They're capable of beginning matches in similar fashion to this. But there are so many players now that are capable of this level of snooker.
$99.
Century number 510.
$106.
John Higgins having to sit this frame out.
109.
Wilson.
$113. $118.
World champion. Fantastic total clearance from Kyren Wilson. And this eager. And a 57th of this season, just underlining how he appears to have taken his game to new heights. "33 years after they turn pro, it's some achievement, isn't it?" The double kiss from Higgins, knock this red in. It always looked wide, just overcut it. So Higgins gets
1.
But it's important for John Higgins.
$9.
should probably have lost against Zhou Yulong in the round of 16. He chances to put him away, couldn't quite take them.
17.
Before beating.
But he'll need a good angle on a colour soon to go
25.
into the reds. But he has an angle on the... And has an angle this time to run. Transmissible. No problem.
33.
And potting that, as you can see, he's brought a couple of...
This tournament hasn't been...
$39. $46. $54. $62. $70.
So Higgins might well return the compliment now.
Which carries a £10,000 high break prize. That was made
78.
in his initial match. Chance of a 1-4-4 potentially with blacks from the remaining 4 reds.
$86. 94.
Two of snooker's big. Perfect snooker.
$102.
Followed quickly by Judd Trump. That happened as a result of Neil Robertson winning the English Open, but he was
109.
back in very...
$118.
But winning that title last week must have been, it takes not only to compete with the best, but beat the best.
121.
And walk away with the...
125. 130. 136.
It promised much, this encounter. Brilliant stuff. Kyren Wilson with a 1-3-1 time, as Dominic mentioned, for that £10,000 bonus. 180,000 to the champion on Sunday. Kyren Wilson. Very close.
One.
May still be available, this black, now that Kyren's potted it. As you can see, he's nicely on his next red from the black. And Kyren's intention
9.
here in potting the black will be to be on that.
$17.
Oh, Kyren went in.
$25.
Did just shave the near. Another big break in the off.
33.
I think the reason for the first couple of days the balls were bouncing
41.
rather speedily from the cushions.
$49.
Wilson having made a 1-3-1 total clearance himself in the opener, so
$57.
and as a result,
Kyren Wilson has made 5 career 147s and he's on one here. That's the
$65.
dilemma here. He can play for either of them, just depends which he prefers. Oh, he's left it short of pay.
so the double goes astray and the frame is still
Wilson.
there for John Higgins. An excellent break of 72 once again. That count 2-1, barring snookers. And in it goes.
1.
So no 147 for Kyren Wilson, but one up.
Kyren Wilson, 1.
Stuart Bingham has. But having failed to do so superbly so far.
Just depends how they're set up. Yeah, I think John must have thought that they were a plant. Oh, what a fantastic cannon.
Seven. Thirteen.
Higgins is looking to set a new record today. If he wins, it'll be his 100.
Wow.
19.
Yes, very well negotiated. There was pressure on that.
$25. $33. $39.
Oh, he's controlled that.
$45. $52.
There are occasions when two great players go half-century contribution.
59. $67.
Dawson left a long red for Higgins. Best of 11 for the semi-finals, and the title match contested over the best of 19 with that.
One. Seven. Fourteen. $22.
Meanwhile, Higgins has found
30.
the thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's worked out. There weren't a good pack of reds to go into from.
John Higgins, 37.
A relatively modest visit to the...
Kyren took a little bit of a risk there. Had he missed the red on the...
One. Six.
Stuart Bingham has just joined the century party. That's the fifth we've had.
Goodness me, it certainly is missable. May have to play it to the green.
Terrific pot. Never easy with an angle that acute. But it looks as though that may have...
$20.
the lead in the process.
24.
It's been a match of such high standards. The margin for... but maybe just an extra spring in. Frame ball comes and goes, and he's been saying for a while that he feels as though he's going to have to win the last two frames.
$36. $44. $52. $60. 67. 70. 74.
Two players with 41 ranking titles. Quite a show here in Hong Kong. And it's John Higgins
79.
now within a frame of victory. Ranking quarter-final appearance. It's brilliant stuff, it really is.
92 in the frame.
Snooker of the very highest class. John Higgins, a 147th ranking quarter-final appearance. Higgins with sweetly cued, yes, going into the World Open last week, Higgins had lost 7. Robertson up next on table 1 against Dave Gilbert at the conclusion of this one. Back now. Back in the winner's circle in style. 9. And I think we're seeing the...
I was expecting to see a little bit of tiredness, mental World Open, coming straight here to Hong Kong. But we've seen none of that.
17.
It looks as fresh as a daisy.
$25. 33. John Higgins 40.
Oh dear, he took that 2-1 lead. Thanks to the excellence of Higgins.
1.
Goodness me, he's close to that pink. Oh, he must have been millimetres away from committing
7.
a foul there.
So Higgins, been a match of an extremely high standard
23.
from both players, really, but Wilson hasn't had a look in since he led. And John Higgins just needs this red.
$29.
The crowd have been... the table as Higgins has in the last 3 frames.
He's just been able to create the odd chance that Kyren hasn't been able to create.
42.
He got in at the start of this frame, and that's proved fatal for the world champion. When you're on a winning roll, you want to keep it going.
50.
And there are just enough points left on the table, Phil.
58.
1-3-1 from Wilson, first up. 1 from 4-7 in the third frame from Kyren. Broke down on 72, but since then he's not scored. And now this match clinching
66.
contribution. There might have been a few
75.
doubts over the last few years whether he still had what it took appointments during that time, but he never stopped
78.
believing, and he's being rewarded for it. He wants to stay at the top for as long as possible, and with
82.
snooker like this, get 2 titles in as many weeks after that 4-year drought.
87. 93.
What a way to finish what has been a superlative performance from the 4 times world champion.